Today, somebody's going to walk past you and not really see you. And it's going to make you feel like you're disappearing. You're not. You're just done performing the version of yourself that everyone's been expecting. Stick with me, because what feels like disappearing might just be the most honest thing that's happened to you in years.
Hi, I'm Janine, and for years I was invisible in my own story, even though I was the one living it.
You've raised your kids, and now they call you when they need something, not because they need you. You've given years to a job, and if you're retired, you're either retired or you're quietly aging out of relevance into a room full of people half your age. You are somebody's wife, mother, somebody's go-to person, and somewhere along the way, they stopped asking you what you needed. And honestly, you've stopped asking yourself.
So if somebody says to you, you've gone quiet, you seem different lately, well, they're not wrong. They just don't understand why. And maybe right now, you don't either.
Recently, I had an occasion where I got a text, it was a group text, and it was a baby shower invitation for my first great grandchild. And it was at that moment that I realized that I hadn't been seen. My role as a grandmother was now shifting to a great grandmother, and it wasn't as relevant. And also, I realized that I hadn't been seen as somebody that it was important to reach out to, and that wasn't their fault. It was partly my fault because I realized that my role as a grandmother hadn't been as interactive as I wished it had been. And there was not that connection there that I wanted and needed. But nevertheless, I felt invisible. And I realized something. It wasn't that I had disappeared, it was that I'd never been seen as me, as a person. It was always what I did or didn't do for other people. And here's what I've come to believe: invisibility isn't because of decline or aging, it's because of the identity that we've built for ourselves entirely out of roles. And those roles have changed. So for years, the lie was, I am what I do for other people. So when the doing stopped, the children grew up, my job roles changed, the marriage shifted. When these things happened, the role ended. It feels like you ended. I'm just saying, that's not who you were. That was just the costume you wore the longest. So if you're standing in that gap right now, not sure who you are without the role, here's where you start. First, look back, not at what you did, but at the moments along the way, what you noticed along the way, those moments that shaped you before anyone gave you a title. Second, find the gem. Every hard season leaves you with something: a strength, a boundary, a piece of wisdom you didn't have before. That's not baggage. That's proof you're still you. Third, pass it on. The fastest way to being seen isn't waiting for someone to notice you. That's becoming someone worth listening to. If this is something that resonates with you, I've built something for you. It's called The 5 Things I Wish I Knew Before Taking the Long Way Around. It's free, and if you want a little fuller story of how I came back to myself, then check out my book, The Comeback Chronicles, A Beautiful Mess of a Resilient Life. And the link for that is also in the description. Drop me a comment. What's one role that you've been performing? Lala. What's one role that you've been performing that isn't really you anymore? I read all of the comments. And remember, you are not invisible. You're just done performing for the people that never really saw you in the first place. And don't forget to subscribe because I keep saying what a lot of us are feeling and don't dare say out loud. Just saying. I'll see you next week.